Michael Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing Hook by Bangarang. Let's go ahead and dive in, break these bags down. As always, start with materials. Slow side, this is a hybrid material, one of my favorite hybrid materials out there. Very similar to the slow side of the Brotherhood Guardian, the True Cornhole Trimmer, the Southwest LTD, Titan Dart. There's a lot of bags that use this material, and for good reason. It's a very hole-friendly material, but you still have control with it, so you can get up there and run bags when you need to, and then you slow it down and play a dirty style game in the rounds you need to throw blockers and kind of cause a lot of chaos. I call it a 5-speed. Brand new, it's like a 5.5, 6-speed. Then as it breaks in, softens up, I think it says at 5.5 speed, somewhere in that range for that. So slow side, 5-speed. Fast side, it's a unique material. I reviewed the Star B from Bangarang a while ago, and I talked about this material being unique. As far as I know, Bangarang is the only company that uses this. Since I last reviewed that, I found out that this material is actually made from pineapples. I don't really fully grasp how that works, but pineapples are used to make this material. So I think Bangarang calls it a pineapple material. I don't know if that's the official name of it, but it's a wonderful material. I really like it. It has a wonderful feel to it. It's a soft material. It plays. I can't remember what I'm hoping I'm being consistent here. I think it plays about an 8-speed. I can't remember what I called it in my last rate. I should have gone back and watched that Star B review to make sure I'm being consistent, but I think it plays about an 8-speed. It's got speed to it, but it still has control. It's not a blazing fast material, so when you get up there, you flip it on the fast side. I'm not afraid to throw this fast side down I need to, where sometimes those 9+ speed bags, you flip them over, they're either, if you're not pushing through bags, they'll just fly off the back of the board. So 8-speed on the fast side, 5-speed on the slow side for these hooks here. Template wise, medium template bag, it's got a medium amount of fill in here, so you've got flop. It is not overly floppy. It's kind of right in that sweet spot, that just right spot, I think, for flop of a bag, the fullness of the bag, so forth like that. It has a wonderful hand feel to it. Both these materials get very soft as they break in. The fill in here is a mixed fill, which I like mixed fills. I tell you all the time, I really tend to prefer mixed fills. It kind of gives you that best of both worlds. So the bag, with this fill, with this material, with the flop that it has, very forgiving bag. If you don't throw flat, it's not a bag that's going to have a very punishing kick to it. It will have a little bit of movement if you really have enough of an angle on it. It will kind of move some, kick a little bit on you. But again, it's not that harsh punishing kick. If you're consistent with your throw, consistent with the tilt of your bag, you can adjust your line spot and play that really well. It's got enough flop to it that I think it does a decent job of grabbing the hole, which means it has a little bit larger than normal landing zone. So if you're missing your mark left or right, you just get that corner to dip in and grab. It'll pull that bag right back in for you. As I mentioned, the slow side's very hole friendly for the control you get with it. Fast side's extremely hole friendly as well. So if you get bags up there around the hole, even if they stop and hang, not a hard bag to collect. It doesn't take much to put this bag in. It wants to go in the hole. The mixed fill, the beads in this fill here really help with the hole friendliness as well, where that flat side, that flat fill kind of gives that bag that forgiveness landing. So let's dive in. Let's talk more about playability on these hooks. And it's a versatile bag. One of the reasons I love this hybrid material is the versatility you have with it. If you want to get up there, if you're a hard thrower, you can run bags really well with this. If you play on fast boards, this bag is wonderful for that hole running. But even on normal boards, right? I mean, I tend to like to pull this material out. I tend to play more of a hybrid style game, which means I'm gonna run bags from a few rounds here or there. Then I might throw blockers when I need to kind of keep my opponent off balance. But you can definitely get up there and you run bags. It does really well. As I mentioned, both materials are fairly hole friendly. So the bags get up near the hole, they're probably going to go in. But I think it also shines in that dirty style gameplay because you've got the control on the slow side to throw blockers where you need to. You can put your blockers up there wherever you need. Collectability, very easy in these bags because they're not super floppy. They don't smash and accordion up, which means if you're coming through, you just clip a corner. It'll hook the corner for you and it'll pull that bag right up and drag it in for you, which means you can get more aggressive, putting that bag a little further over your opponent's side, knowing that you just need to come in the middle. You don't have to go over after too hard. Come down the middle, just catch that corner and you'll drag those bags back in. If you get too aggressive, maybe miss your mark, you do have the ability to slow side to throw a cut. You can come grab it, pull the bag back if you need to. So shot shaping, cuts, rolls, flops, this bag does it pretty well. Average to advanced in those shot shaping skill sets. You'll have no problem with those. But this, I was able to throw my cuts really well, which is the reason why I like this slow side material. Because you do have the control. You do have the control you need to be able to kind of get those shot shapes. I like to throw cuts a lot, and if you get faster, slicker materials, they tend to be harder to cut. This bag has enough control that I can throw cuts with it, but it's still not super sticky that it doesn't hang up around the hole very much. That makes sense. So you kind of get that hybrid ability with the polyester, polypropylene material blend in here that you get the best of both worlds again, right? It's like that mixed fill. This is a mixed material. Gives you the control of the polypropylene material. It gives the hole friendliness of that polyester material. It's also a good bag, I think, for playing against opponents who play dirty style. Maybe you're not that block style bag player. You just like to run bags in the hole, but you get opponents who are throwing blocks and you want to deal with it. A bag like this gives you that ability to throw those cuts, to get around their blockers, to kind of step out and sneak around their bags. Enough speed on the fast side that if you want to push through, you can push through and collect their blockers. If they've got multiple bags up there, no problem collecting them. I don't think I mentioned these bags have enough flop to them that I didn't have an issue with them clogging or bunching the hole. So if I had 2 bags up there, I was able to kind of push through and take them in and take all 3 bags, no problem with them. They do really well around the hole. As I mentioned, you get them up near the hole, they're going to go in. They're very forgiving at grabbing the hole if you're missing your mark. They're not bunching and clogging. So it's definitely a bag that if you like to create a lot of chaos around the hole, this is a bag that's not going to punish you for doing that. Some bags will kind of punish you, make it harder to deal with. These hooks do a really good job around that. I think the versatility on these hooks makes this a really good blind draw, switch holio style bag, where if you get a partner who plays a different style than you do, you can both play your game. So if you play a dirty style gameplay, you like throw more blockers, more control style, they like running bags, you can definitely do that with these bags. And you can even throw this, flip this over fast side and run bags fast side. So if you get someone who really likes to throw faster bags, they can run this fast side down time and you can still play your control style game, or vice versa. So I think it really is kind of that do-all style bag where you have the versatility to fit whatever play style you want to play. And if you're a player like me who likes to kind of change things up, maybe one game I'm playing a whole runner style game, the next game I'm getting up there and I'm throwing blockers, I'm creating a lot of chaos, and I'm just causing a lot of congestion on the board. A bag like these hooks, you can do that, and you have the versatility to change that gameplay up. I didn't mention these bags are also really well for humidity. This hybrid material is very consistent across all board conditions. So if you live in an area where humidity is an issue, or you play in these long tournaments that go throughout the day, or maybe start in the afternoon, go in the evenings, and board conditions change, this bag stays pretty consistent and true to speed throughout all those conditions. So you don't have to really change your throw or change your style of play. You can just keep throwing your normal play as conditions change and not have to do a whole lot of adjusting. So it really helps the consistency there. So definitely a versatile bag. I highly recommend you checking these hooks out, especially if you haven't thrown a hybrid material bag, or maybe you haven't thrown this style material in particular, and you want to give it a run. I think these hooks are a great option for you. Leads me into availability. Bangarang has a website. It's bangarangcornhole.com. You go there, it'll take you to their page. The bags are $50 for a set. When I looked there, it looked like they had free shipping. So $50 for a set shipped to you. Phenomenal price. It's some of the cheaper bags you're going to find. For this quality of a bag at $50, I highly recommend you checking it out, and you're not taking a big risk. If you want to try out this pineapple material, or maybe you like trying different materials like I do, give these hooks a try. $50, it's well worth it. You're not investing a lot. It's worth the risk to take. I think you'll definitely get your money's worth out of them. So give them a run. If you've thrown the hooks, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Always love hearing your guys' opinions. As always, I thank you for your support, and I thank you for watching.